Hello, guys. Today we're gonna talk about part six of Unlock Your Potential by Jeff Lerner.
And part 6 starts with chapter 23, Get Rich or You're Screwed. And this chapter, he really talks more in depth about economic policy in the United States and globally. And he talks a lot about the Fed and interest rates and how that system is basically rigged, not in the favor of the people, you know. It's really rigged in the favor of the banks and the bankers. um, and then he really gives us urgency within that we can and must create our own plan for long-term retirement and wealth, because depending on the systems that may have worked in the past, or that we've been promised would work in our future, um, he just lays out basically how, with inflation and policy as it is right now, there's basically no way we're going to get, our generation anyway, is going to get to retirement just by saving. And in fact, he says savings isn't going to save you.
Yeah, that's so true, right?
Yeah, and so you really have to take personal responsibility, and
Yeah,
create your own financial cushion.
that's right. And he actually spoke about the growth phase, which is involved spending and converting your surplus from the income phase into income generate assets, all right? That produce a predictable, a bankable, and sellable cash flow. All right. Um, so that's all about you get your income in different places. All right. You want to generate money in different places, like you invest in things that will produce you money. So this is like get money to make money for you. All right.
And
So
one of the
and
things,
actually
go
one of
ahead.
the thing he said that is one good way to ask yourself to see if you are in the right direction is to ask it like will the bank will invest on me? The bank will invest on my idea? Okay, is that cash flow predictable? Right.
Mhm.
So that's a good way to find out your growth phase. Um,
Yeah, once you can get to the point where investors and banks see your cash flow as predictable and bankable and sellable,
mhm.
then you kind of graduate out of the growth phase.
Yeah.
You've gotten there, and then you move into the wealth phase. And the wealth phase is really about diversification. So during the income phase, you may have been building one business and trying to get the income from that business to be surplus, right?
Mm-hmm.
More than you need to live on. And then in the growth phase, you make that predictable, bankable. You get employees who can really specialize in things.
Mm-hmm.
You're marketing to return customers as well as new customers.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a very predictable business. But at some point, you graduate into the income phase where you want to be thinking beyond your business and beyond your industry. Um, and so, of course, Jeff is not a financial professional and he doesn't give any financial advice. It's just for entertainment and educational purposes
Yeah.
only, just as all the information you learn on our Awesome Life 101 YouTube channel and social media. But with all that said, I think he did a really nice job of breaking down some different investment vehicles, including stocks, and EFTs and index funds, and basically says that a lot of people spend too much time and energy researching individual investment choices when they're investing these days in index funds or EFTs can be pretty simple and don't need to take you a lot of time and energy to research. Um, he definitely talks about the benefits of a Roth IRA. I spoke in a video earlier this week about converting our retirement funds into a Roth IRA,
Mm-hmm.
so that you pay the taxes up front. And then when you get into the higher levels of tax brackets, you may not have to pay that tax ever again. Of course, I'm not a financial professional, so you should talk to a financial professional before you make any decisions,
That's right.
and about your own tax situation. However, looking into investing in a Roth IRA early on in life is, I think, a brilliant idea. Tovy and I have had Roth IRAs
Mm-hmm.
since, at least 20 years now. He talks about peer-to-peer lending, where you're the investor to another business. He talks about REITs, which is a way to invest in real estate, but spread the liability out rather than investing in one property yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You invest in a trust with other investors, um, investing in real estate. So that's interesting. These are all
Mm-hmm.
very exciting once you get to this diversified wealth phase.
I know, right? Yeah, he explained a lot of ways of his investment, and actually, it's not even difficult, right? To invest in those that he's doing right now. All right, it's just a matter of you sit down and you do your own research and find out you know, what is good for your growth of assets, right? So
But in general, this is for after you've gotten through that income phase and the
mm-hmm,
growth phase. So our attention at first should really be on increasing our income to 5 times our expenses, so we have this extra money to invest.
yeah.
Investing is not, your basic income generating vehicle,
Yeah, I mean,
according to Jeff Lerner.
it's a income phase is basically you doing everything yourself. It's like
Mm.
we are doing right now. We do our blogs, we do everything ourselves. Because we're income phase. But when you go to growth phase, is where you start to actually hiring people to do things that you don't want to do, or things that you don't understand that well. But you just hire professionals to do that as you creating a new way to
Expanded
to
business.
spend the business, right?
So, finishing up on the wealth phase, the other interesting things that he talked about was infinite banking using life insurance. I don't know if you
Mm-hmm.
guys have heard this idea. Tovy and I are really excited about it,
I know, right?
but we are waiting to graduate out of our income phase before we really dive into that. And then he had a whole chapter on real estate and how to evaluate, real estate investments and all about it. So I am including a section on Airbnb.
Mm-hmm.
So I highly recommend reading that, that section as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The book is great, guys. The book actually really opened my eye to new opportunities. Um, and make me, envision something that I wasn't envisioned before. Um, Even though I took a lot of classes from him and all that, but the book really explained more profound his idea of being entrepreneur. All right, and that really encouraging me as to be doing what I'm doing and just to move forward and keep keep moving. All right. This is one of the best book you want to read to start your own business. Even if you don't want to start your own business, you can read that book just to educate yourself for a better finance. All right.
Or
Um,
even, like we've said before, even if you are in your, retirement phase,
yeah.
you may have kids, nieces and nephews, grandchildren who are facing a different future than you had,
Mm-hmm.
and the advice that you may be giving them based on your past experience may or may not hold up. So reading this book and understanding where the new generation is coming from and what they're striving for could be
Mm-hmm.
of value as well.
Yeah. Definitely. If it is all everything you already know everything. I would recommend you share, this book, to somebody that you think might need a help. Because I think that all of us has somebody that will need a help,
Mhm.
and it will be very helpful to offer this book,
And just
to them.
before we go, there is a link below. If you buy this book somewhere else, you will not get all the bonuses, and the bonuses are incredible. So make sure you follow the link in the comments below to buy Unlock Your Potential by Jeff Lerner, and you'll get all the bonuses from us. And reach out if you have any questions. We look forward to talking to you soon. Bye.
Okay. Bye bye.